Hi, this is Simon from Sim Racing Machines. I wanted to show you some of the complexities of bolting your quick release to one of our kits or our Fanatec adapters. Just about all of our kits include one of these, which is a custom designed adapter to go on the back of the steering wheel. And this contains the bolt holes, screw holes to attach it to the wheel, or a 50mm quick release on there. And then outside we've got 6 70mm threaded M5 holes. Now, quick releases seem to come in a couple of different guises, and for example the Q1R comes with the same pattern of holes, and they're not drilled, there's no threads through there, so a bolt, an M5 bolt, can pass straight through with no problems at all. And then you can bolt it into the threads of the Fanatec adapter, and it locks together nice and tight. What you cannot do is, if you have a quick release that is also threaded, for example the Zero Play, HRS Zero Play, which again has the same hole pattern, but hopefully you can see in there that it's actually threaded. So if I take this same bolt and try and attach it through, it won't push through. I've got to screw it through the hole. What you can't do is you can't bolt two things that are threaded together. If I try and bolt these two together, you'll never get it tight. You'll see there's always a gap because of the pitch of the thread appearing between the two. So you always need one side to be non-threaded and the other side to be threaded. So with the Zero Play, we have the choice of either drilling the threads out of these 6 holes or drilling the threads out of the quick release 6 holes. If we drill out the kit, what will happen is the wheel sits underneath like so, and if you were going to use the threads in the quick release, you'd need to mount the bolt from underneath. And if we did that, we'd have to fit the bolt in before we fitted the quick release, and then you'd still struggle to get in to actually do the bolt up. You could use a hexagonal bolt and use a spanner, but it's much more awkward. Even with a spacer, it's still difficult to get the bolt in and tighten it up. So it's much better to use a quick release where the bolt can pass straight through, like the Q1R. If we want to convert the Zero Play so that the bolt will go through, it's actually very simple. These are M5 5mm threaded holes. So if you take a 5mm drill bit, it's only just too big to go through. All we want to do is get rid of the threads. So if I take my drill, and you can do this on just by hand, or you can use a bench drill if you have one. The only advantage of that is it makes it a little bit easier to keep it straight. But all I've got to do is take my drill, position it over one of the holes, hold that down, make sure you're on a block of wood, and then just turn. So I'll put it on the drill setting. And then just turn nice and easily, and that thread is now gone. So if you look at that hole now, all we've done is drilled the thread out and now our bolt will pass straight through. I'll just show you that again so you can see it. When you're doing this, make sure you clear away the chippings between each hole that you drill. So literally, there's my threaded hole. Take my drill, try and keep it as vertical as possible, keep a tight hold on the quick release, and just let it spin through. It's as easy as that. Dust off, and again, there we go, we can go straight through. So now I can take my conversion kit, and the bolt can go straight through and tighten beautifully into place, and there's no gap. You can get a nice tight fit. So that's why we drill out the threads on one side of a quick release mount. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for looking.